You're listening to Brain Lenses. I'm Colin Wright. The term absent-mindedness usually refers to a lapse in attention and memory, perhaps losing the thread of a task or forgetting someone's name at an awkward moment. It's a common and normal occurrence, and though often inconvenient, it's not generally cause for alarm. Sometimes it's the consequence of hyperfocus on something else. Sometimes it's the result of rumination about something we're stressed or anxious about. And sometimes it's an indication of physical tiredness or psychological exhaustion. Mind blanking, which is also not generally something to worry about, refers to a mental state in which our brains seem to be void of any conscious content. We're not distracted by something else. We are not doing the equivalent of a mental crouch or swoon due to overwork. We're just not doing anything. Our brains are not producing the usual background computation or foreground babble that we might otherwise take for granted. Recent research has attempted to formalize the study of mind blanking, or MB, in part by assessing existing literature on mindfulness, meditation, drowsiness, and yes, absent-mindedness, eventually concluding that there are a slew of similar states, but that moments in which our brains don't seem to be doing anything, no thought, no noise, no cognition seeming to occur, are meaningfully distinct from adjacent states and thus worthy of further research. One of the tricky aspects of dealing with this sort of experience, of course, is that test subjects can't report it until afterward. Their mind is blank, and perhaps not even conscious of its own blankness. So the idea of telling someone, or taking a note, or pressing a button to indicate what they are experiencing would not bubble to the surface as useful cognition. That said, it is currently estimated, based on attempts to utilize both self-caught and probe-caught meanings of catching MB moments, the latter being assessments that try to determine if a subject has been MBing without realizing it, that we have blank minds, for some value of that concept, somewhere between 5 and 20% of our wakeful lives. This strongly suggests there is an evolutionary benefit to this mental state, but we don't have a sense of what that might be currently, beyond speculation that it may be related to our state of arousal, our level of biological stimulation, a blank mind either helping us calm ourselves so we can relax and recharge, or perhaps being a consequence of other processes that cause our brains and bodies to meander through up and down cycles of arousal. It is also possible mind blanking is part of the same theorized brain cleansing process we experience while sleeping. These little shutdowns, which are perhaps more frequent than we previously understood, helping our glymphatic system remove some of the proteins and metabolic waste that's built up throughout the day, keeping things somewhat tidy between deeper cleaning cycles at night. I'm able to present Brain Lenses in both its written and audio formats ad-free because of support from listeners like you. If you're enjoying what I'm doing here, consider becoming a paid supporter for the cost of a cup of coffee each month at brainlenses.com.